Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be looking at problems on completing the square. How do we complete the square of a quadratic expression and use this idea in solving quadratic equations? Come along and let me show you how this is done. However, do not forget to like, share and subscribe for this video so that you can see more videos as I drop them online. Now let us look at this holistically. This is a question. What must be added to the following to make each expression a perfect square? The first is x squared minus 4x. This came out in the WAEC examination 2022. The second question is m squared plus 8m. The third one is y squared minus 3y. The fourth is 4x squared plus 6x. And the last one here is b squared minus 4 over 5b. How do we complete the square for all this? You are going to see at the end of the day that it is a very simple thing we just have to do. Now look at what we have to do if we want to solve this question. We are going to let that number we are requiring, that number we are looking for, the number we want to add to these expressions to make it a perfect square, we are going to let the number be written as letter k. We are going to take it as letter k. Hence, we can assume that x squared plus 10x plus k, m squared minus 8m plus k, y squared minus 3y plus k, 4x squared plus 6x plus k, and the last one, b squared minus 4 over 5b plus k, are all perfect squares because we have added that particular number. Our problem now, or the challenge we are trying to solve, is that what then are these letters standing for? Letter K. This is what we are required to do. Now come along and let me show you how that is done in just a simple step. Now, how do we determine K? I have written a note here I would like you to pay attention to. I said if ax squared plus bx plus k is a perfect square, where this letter a and this letter b and this letter k are constants. A, b and k are constants, and what that means actually is they are numbers only, they are just numbers. Then that letter k will be given by this model: 1 over a bracket b over 2 raised to power 2, which also means the same as this: 1 over 4a bracket b squared. Whichever one is easier for you to remember is what you should apply. So what are the steps you want to take? The first step is you want to determine what letter a and letter b represent. What do they represent? Once you've gotten that, then you can now find what letter k is. Letter k equals 1 over a bracket b over 2 raised to power 2. Let me now show you how I use this model to solve each of these questions. We are going to take them one after the other. Let us see how we apply that model in solving each of those questions. This is the first one. X squared minus 4x plus k. Don't forget what this k is. K is standing for that number we want to add to this expression to make it a perfect square. Now, what is a? A is the coefficient of x squared, which is 1. The reason is because anytime you did not see any other number here, your coefficient is always 1. What is b? B is negative 4, as you can see here, negative 4. Now, it is time for us to find the value of k. We already said k is equal to 1 over a bracket b over 2 to the power of 2. What this implies is 1 over what is a? A is 1. Then we open the bracket, our b is minus 4 over 2 to the power of 2. Then we have 1 divided by 1 is 1, multiplied by minus 4 divided by 2 is minus 2, now to the power of 2. We want to square it. This is 1 times 4. That means our k equals 4. What this implies is that this expression will be a perfect square if it were x squared minus 4x plus 4. That is how to solve the first one. Now, let us apply this same model to the second question. We want to know what k stands for to make this expression a perfect square. What is our a? A is the coefficient of m squared, and that is 1. What is b? B is the coefficient of m, which is plus 8. Now, the model for k is 1 over a, bracket b over 2, close the bracket, then you raise it to power 2. This means k is equal to 1 over 1, bracket, what is b? B is positive 8 over 2 to the power of 2. What is 1 divided by 1? That is 1, multiplied by the square of 8 divided by 2, that is plus 4 to the power of 2. This will give us 1 times 16, and k is equal to 16. Thus, we are saying that this expression will be a perfect square if it is written as m squared plus 8m plus 16. Let us look at part 3, the question 3 and 4. Question 3 says y squared minus 3y plus k. And question 4 says 4x squared plus 6x plus k. Now, I said we are going to determine a. A is 1 in this case. B is negative 3 minus 3. Then, after getting a and b, the next thing is to determine our k. Remember that we said k is equal to 1 over a, bracket b over 2 to the power of 2. Then we are saying k is equal to 1 divided by 1 because a is 1. Then multiplied by the negative of 3 divided by 2. Then to the power of 2. Now, what is 1 divided by 1? That is 1 multiplied by, we don't have to divide this one by 2 because that will give us a decimal fraction. We can just square it. Minus 3 to the power of 2 will give us a positive 9. And 2 to the power of 2 will give us a 4. Then we have our k is equal to 1 times 9 over 4, and that is 9 over 4. What this means is that if we change this k to 9 over 4, then we have a perfect square. So therefore, we can say y squared minus 3y plus 9 over 4 is a perfect square because 9 over 4 had been added to it. Now, let's go on to question 4. Here, we have to determine our a as well. Our a here is 4, which is the coefficient of x squared. Compared with this that does not have any other coefficient except 1. But here we have the coefficient of x squared to be 4. And what is b? B is what you see as the coefficient of x, which is plus 6. Now, what is k? K is equal to 1 over a, bracket b over 2 to the power of 2. We then say 1 over 4 because our a is 4 multiplied by, what is b? B is positive 6 over 2 to the power of 2. Then we can solve the bracket first. We have 1 over 4 bracket positive 3 to the power of 2. And this is going to give us 1 over 4 times 9. We can just put this over 1 and say 1 times 9 is 9. 4 times 1 is 4. Then we can see that our k is equal to 4. By implication, what we are trying to say here is that if we change this k to 9 over 4, then this expression will become a perfect square. Now let us do that. We have 4x squared plus 6x plus 9 over 4. What have we done? We have simply added the number that will make that expression a perfect square. And this is how you do this part. Let us apply this same model to solve the last question. We have b squared minus 4 over 5b plus k. I told you we need to find what a is. A represents of b squared, which is 1, because you can see that there is nothing else here. Now, b, our b refers to the coefficient of the second term, which is negative 4 over 5. Having been able to determine this a and b, we can then solve for k. Remember, k is equal to 1 over a bracket b over 2 to the power of 2. We just have to substitute these two values for a and b respectively. k is equal to 1 over 1 multiplied by what is our b, negative 4 over 5, then over 2 to the power of 2. Do you notice that b is negative 4 over 5 divided by 2 to the power of 2? Now, we need to solve what is inside this bracket first before we finalize what k is. Then we have k is equal to 1 divided by 1 is 1 multiplied by what you have in the bracket can be written as negative 4 over 5 multiplied by 1 over 2 to the power of 2. 2 here is 1, 2 here is 2. Then we have 1 multiplied by minus 2 times 1, that gives us minus 2 over 5. Now to the power of 2. What is the square of minus 2 over 5? This is 1 times positive 4 over 25. And our k is 1 times 4 over 25, which is equal to 4 over 25. What we mean now is that this is going to be a perfect square if we have b squared minus 4 over 5b plus 4 over 25. And this is how to solve the question. I hope you can now see that these questions are very simple ones, which you can solve within a very short period of time. Now, like I said, the best way to learn mathematics is by practicing it. I have some questions here I would like you to practice. After solving the questions, I would like you to send the picture of your solution to the WhatsApp number showing on your screen and win prizes. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you have learned something today. I hope you enjoy your time as well. Bye.